So now the point is, Luca, you told me before that you want to mix those consoles and you want to create feeds for left, right, subs and fills. Fine. So which is the best ingredient that you can use to do that inside of the PRODIGY MP? You should know that we have 16 different mixers inside of the PRODIGY MP. The first 8 offers a structure of 16 input on 4 independent output. The last 8 mixers are offering you 8 input on 8 independent outputs. Since I know that I'm going to have 16 different input, why not to use a 16 by 4, which by coincidence is perfect to create a left, right, sub, and fills. Why not using that? Let's use that. So go to the DSP setting, go to the Matrix 16 by 4, call it MainMix. This is my MainMix, as if it was a production console. I don't want to have 4 mono. I want to have 1 stereo and 2 mono. Left and right, stereo, whatever is stereo in my PA system, plus 1 mono feed for the subwoofers and 1 mono feed for the fills. Forget about the delay. The delay, you will simply add left and right at -6 when it's the right time to send something to the PA. You can always create a mono out of the 2 left and right? Does it make sense? Good. Are you happy with the pound low at -3 dB? Or if you want to be very sophisticated and change it, help yourself. They are independent mixers, so -3 is the default for every pan low, so I would leave it as it is. But if you want to change it, change it. Then you go to the MatrixMixer. So it is now called MainMix. You see that now those 2 things are together and you have a pan pot up here, while if you select this one, double click or select the C, you don't have a pan pot because it's a mono thing. Good. So I'm going to right click here and say main. When you confirm, since he knows that it's a stereo, it is adding dash left dash right. And this is my sub, and this is my fills. Good. So we decided to have 4 master buses to create the 4 main feeds to then feed all the PA system. Which are the sources or the input of this little mixer? Well, for sure, the amount of flex channels that we decided to handle here. Why? Because if we decide to give up with some of the channels here, some of the level, that should impact all the sends towards the matrix. So I don't want to have to go to the matrix every time to change the level. When I'm fading out the group, since the group is faded out, if it's a post-fader send, I can use the level of the matrix as a real matrix. So once I have decided the strategy of the mapping of those signals towards the PA system, I don't have to change it any longer. It's a fixed assignment. It's a sort of routing and level decision that you will never change then. So which is the best way to route things inside here? You still have 2 options. You double click on the single source and select among the flex channels the U2 channel once. You right click label from source and all of a sudden you have the U2 and you set the U2 at 0 dB. If you fade in the U2, guess what? You have the U2 feed feeding the matrix. But at that point, since most of the time they are consequent channels, you want to go to the DSP routing. You say routing or routing here in Canada? Because routing, both? Yes, no, maybe? That's an internal joke. So DSP routing is where you want to go, where you are not ready to get out of the PRODIGY, but you want to set internal patching inside of several DSP blocks you have. So I want to feed the main mix. So my destination is the main mix. Therefore, I have 16 different destinations, which are the input of my main mix matrix. And I want to feed them, control click on a channel, option click on a channel, command click on a channel, is revealing you which is the current source there. So guess what? After the U2 left, I want to have U2 right, and I want to have all of them. So drag and drop, boom, boom. Then select, drag, release, label from source, boom. Then I go to the MatrixMixer and I have U2 left and right, field, sub, parse on left and right. So here's the exercise. When I'm sending the U2 left towards the left and right. Where do I want to send the U2 left signal? At 0 dB, totally left. Well, I'm sending the U2 left totally right. The tube fill, oh, no, this is going to be muted. This is not going to be feeding that. This is a channel that I need for another destination. This is where I want to send the fill, not here. I have dedicated channel to fill the left and right. Does it make sense? Okay. So good. For the subwoofer, the same. Nothing towards the subwoofer channels coming from the U2 console is not going to feed my PA left and right, my array left and right. It's going to be just filling the subwoofer. So I select the subwoofer, I send this at 0 dB, but if I go back here, this is muted, no reason. What about Alan Parsons? Well, Alan Parsons is easy because it's only at left and right. So I click that, 0 dB, left and right, done. What about the yes? Same story. Yes, left and right, boom, boom, 0 dB, done. What about the subs? I have a specific channel for the U2, but I don't have a specific channel for Mr. or Sir Alan Parsons and the yes. So easy. Help yourself. Get the left and right, and put them at -6, and you have a perfect mono sum to feed your subwoofer. The same for the fields. Get Alan Parsons left and right sub and fields, and create your -6, and you have the perfect fit for subwoofer. It's not by coincidence that you are having, something which is sounding bigger, because especially now I have the U2 at 0 dB here, and it's clear that I'm having a difference and discrepancy in the level between one and the other. The subwoofer is because I'm having the sub which is hotter than the other, so it seems that I have a different feed for the subwoofer. So it's evidently U2 sub, and the U2 sub is higher. See? Now, if I double check, the matrix should be identical, 0 dB, and then it's just depending on left and right, but it's clear that it's okay. So this is a straightforward mapping and routing which will not change during the show, unless I really want to change something, but if I don't need it. So it's a good idea to grab those information. First of all, the main left and right, again, something that should be linked left and right, because my left and right does make sense to have it linked. Other than that, I will simply extract those 4 channels and bring in there, because this is going to be my main matrix, no matter what. So my main matrix, I don't need that. It's going to be put here. If you keep Command the press when you are moving floating faders or floating objects which are magneted, one by one, you can move them all at the same time. If you move and if you release then they are single, and then you can put them one by one. And if you get close, they get glued, and then at that point, it's a kind of a unique thing that you can change. So it's the right time for me to update the layout, so I don't lose that, positioning of that. So I simply re-update the layout just to have it there. So if I close down everything, if I want to get there, Command L for layout recall, Command R for the layout recall, you recall the layout. Or you can press this button, layout recall, if you're in a touchscreen environment, and then you click here, or Command 8 or Command, you recall straight the layout number with Command 1 through 9, because the 10th is not available with the command straight. So if you have the 8 done, this is what I just saved.